Hey everyone, happy belated New Year. And as we kick off 2023, all I'm seeing in the news for differing reasons are the downfall of two prominent male figures in Prince Harry and Andrew Tate. I know they both are leagues apart. They don't belong in the same sentence in any other walk of life. But at the moment, they're the two figures who seems to be just dominating the airways. And both of these individuals, in my opinion, are entirely responsible for their own downfall because they've been engaging in a tactic which we commonly associate with women. They talk too damn much. And this is from a person who doesn't watch them closely at all. But again, I'm getting bombarded with all these clips and news articles, front page headlines. But when I do read the clip, or when I do listen to the clips, read the articles which directly reference their words verbatim, not taken out of context, it's clear that they've both left themselves open for attack that's currently taking place. And it's funny because people are trying to defend them at all costs, saying, oh, this is not true, this is a conspiracy. But when you listen to the clips, when you read the articles, again, direct quotes, it's clear that they themselves, they've engaged in verbal diarrhea, which has left them open based on their own words. No one else's words that are taken out of context, their own words. And it begs a question, which people have asked, and I'm asking the same question, is who is advising them? Because a lot of this could have easily been avoided. But I have a suspicion as to why this is, and it's typical of a lot of people nowadays, more so with people who associate with a little bit of fame, clout, and power. When they get to a certain level, they feel as if they're untouchable, especially if they're perceived to have, the people's backing, if they're the ones who have the higher ground, the moral ground, if everyone seems to say, yeah, you're top G, you're that person, because this is exactly how it starts. Pride comes before a fall, as they say. Because both individuals, let's be honest, were very well liked in their niche. Prince Harry was well liked by the UK public. I think he was probably the most popular royal not so long ago. And obviously Andrew Tate, if people aren't familiar with him, he was, again, could do no wrong. So it must have been the case of they believe their hype and they thought they could do no wrong, or anything that they did do, it won't come back to bite them. And then, especially if you analyze Andrew Tate, because again, there are so many clips out there of him talking about the illegal activities that he did in the past, to the point that I'm confused as to why people, again, think this was some sort of orchestrated attack just because he tweeted back at Greta Thunberg. I mean, I could understand if we never knew about this was all sealed, and all of a sudden it was exposed after that situation took place, but that wasn't the case. He openly, not under any pressure, when he's on these other podcasts, when he's on these other shows, talked about all these activities that he did and openly did, and he seemed to have no remorse for it. And I thought, surely in this climate that he preaches about, he must have known what could have happened, especially as his fame began to rise. Surely someone must have told him, yo, just chill out, and saying these things, basically snitching on yourself. And it's like, when you also consider, again, reading reports and articles that women have tried to come out in the past to get him arrested, but it didn't work. And I think his rise to fame and, again, his constant rhetoric, it actually made the situation easier for them to deal with, funny enough. It actually gave them more ammunition to arrest him. But again, that's just my opinion. And as for Prince Harry, well, he doesn't know if he's coming or going right now. He's a walking contradiction, hell-bent on destroying whatever hope of a reconciliation that there might have been with his family, with his book, his interviews, everything that's coming out and saying. He's contradicted himself by saying, I didn't mean it like that. Everything that he's saying right now is just an absolute nightmare. It is just a train wreck. And this is someone, when he analysed Prince Harry, who, to the outside, someone like myself, had it all, born into royalty, born into wealth, born into riches. And not only has he thrown it away, because he has thrown it away, he has set the whole thing on fire, and he keeps pouring petrol on it with all these books and interviews and all these demands like, oh, I want you to apologize. Right, really? After all what you've been saying? But he claims that he seems to believe that he's pouring water on the situation, but he's not. He's pouring petrol on it. He's setting it alight even more. But again, this is what happens when I don't think he's been advised very well, or he believes he's actually doing the right thing, which is even more troubling. And he's gone from being someone who is seen as a bit of a victim, let's be honest, someone who people believed him to be, oh, he's under the guile and the ways of his wife. And now we need to really discuss whether it actually wasn't Meghan who was the bad influence that took the prince away, but rather did Prince Harry use that situation as a way to say, you know what, I'm going to get what I really wanted all these years, which was to get out of the royal family. But I know the public aren't ready for that conversation. They still give Meghan pretty much 90% of responsibility of what's taking place, maybe 80% after this latest book, who knows, but I guarantee it's still on that Meghan's the reason for this, as opposed to really, was it Prince Harry who's the reason for all this has taken place? But in any case, both individuals, people point us to so many outside factors. They'll come to all these conspiracy theories, all these orchestrated attacks. Say what you want to say. Now, I'm not going to say that they don't have an influence on it. That's not what I'm saying. But I will say for sure that we can't absolve where the majority of the blame for this lies. It's at their feet. Not anyone else's feet, their feet. Because again, these are based on actions that they have done. But yeah, 2023 is shaping up to be an interesting year, that's for sure. Let me know your thoughts on this. Until next time.